Hey, welcome. Welcome. It's Tuesday. Oh, hi. There's Jean is with us. Hi, Jean. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you. Denise is with us. Kevin. Oh, terrific. So people are coming. It's Tuesday. I'm really excited. I love doing this. Laura Michaels. Hi, Laura. Thank you for being here. I've been thinking a lot about the world is it's getting a little wacky out there, guys. I know you know that. Um, and I thought what we could do today. I thought we could do a couple of things, right? Um, March is the month of spiritual wellness. So I wanted to talk to you about spiritual wellness and how we can how about it? The spiritual wellness and our relationship to it, how we understand it, and what we can do about it, right? Right. There's so much in life that we have absolutely no control over. I mean, it's amazing. I think it's shocking to some of us, especially Americans, who believe that we are in charge of everything, and we find out, oops, we're not. Anyway, so so while things are happening in the world. Oh, Deanna, hi, nice to see you from Kentucky. Um, you know, we can all have this awareness that there are a lot of things happening that we have to step away from. Okay, now we want to use some good common sense and not place ourselves in the line of fire. Okay, and that's a little bit different for everyone, right? What's threatening or unsettling to you might be different than what's threatening or unsettling to me. Um, and and as we know, when we talk about this new age, right, of the age of of awakening spiritual awareness, when we talk about that, we talk in terms that can seem they're very spiritual, but are they practical? Right? We have ideas like, yes, we are our own spiritual authority, and it's time for us to go inside and listen and follow the guidance that we get. This is all very true. But in this time of crisis, it's a global crisis. I mean, we've got the coronavirus, we've got world economies really shaken in their boots. I mean, there are so many things happening in the world that are beyond many of us, right? And so more than ever, we are challenged to go within and to do our very best to have a conscious connection with our own soul, with our own inner awareness, and then make choices and take actions supporting ourselves as we live our lives, whatever they are. Oh, good. And who is that? Goretti Ma, nice to see you. Arvind, nice to see you as well. Thanks for coming. So, so we are leaving this realm of um, we're leaving the realm where we have entertained and certainly enjoyed spiritual ideas. And now we are in a time in history where we must take our spiritual awareness and apply it to our everyday lives. It is no longer a luxury. I don't think it's a luxury because what I realized, I was watching television last night and I turned on the news. I thought I'd give myself a little, get that blood pressure going. So I put the news on and I'm watching this and I realize in the middle of this news broadcast, things are pretty crazy. No one's quite sure what to do. There is no leader. No one's coming to save us. There is no there's no governmental leadership. There is no spiritual leadership. No one's coming to save us. And so the question is, how do I save myself, but how do I help myself to live in these times that are really very dramatic and um, and uncertain? Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Now I have to tell you something. While I'm talking to you, I get these notices on the bottom of my computer about news events and things that are happening in the world. And I want you to know the big news today is that you can make your own hand sanitizer. So I guess the recipe's on the internet. So if you need hand sanitizer, I guess you can't get it in the stores, but you can make your own, and the recipe is somewhere on the internet. Anyway, I think it's so funny. Alrighty. Now, let me see what we've got here. Oh, we have, let me see. Dun, 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 dun. It's getting better. Oh, Maria. Hi, Maria. And Julie, you're in Iowa. I love Iowa. Tell me where you are. And Sandy, trusting conscience can be challenging. Oh, listen. Sandy, you know what? This is I love what you're saying. Trusting ourselves can be. It is challenging. It's very challenging. But it's very important that we not judge ourselves too harshly. Sometimes we think, oh, I should have done better. I made the wrong choice. Maybe I should have selected something else. Different person, a different job, a different city, whatever it is, a different food choice. Doesn't matter. Human beings, we can be really hard on ourselves. But here's the fact. This is a fact. Every human being is always making choices that they recognize are optimal at that moment in time. No one ever says, not one person ever says, this is the job I want, but I'm gonna take this other job that I don't want to make sure that I'm unhappy and that I suffer. No one ever says that. People say, this looks best, and they go for it. People say, this is my best option, whether it's a job, whether it's a food choice, whether it's a relationship. We are always making our best selections at any given time. Now, as human beings, we're limited. We don't know everything, which I find very painful, if you want to know the truth. We don't know everything. And so we make choices that we really believe in our heart of hearts that this is the way to expand our experience of being loved, right? We want to feel love and safe and have peace of mind. And we always make our choices based on what we understand will help us to have those experiences. Okay? No one ever says, oh, I'm going to get into this relationship because I'll be upset all the time. No. Now, sometimes what happens is we make a choice and it takes us down a path and we realize we don't like it, right? It's causing us turmoil, distress. It's kicking up all kinds of negative feelings. Well, that just means it's time to make another choice. That's all. So it is important that we give ourselves the credit we deserve, right? To really understand that every one of us is always making choices that we believe at any given time will increase our experience of being loved and having peace of mind. So I hope that's helpful. Who we've got? We've got Marcia has joined us. Oh, you're in Southeast Iowa, Julie. Okay. I have to look at the map for that. Okay, Juanita from Colorado. Oh, I bet it's beautiful there. And BT and Lenny. Hey, Lenny. Good to see you, right? And Hazel, welcome. All right. So this is spiritual fitness. It's Spiritual Wellness Month, okay? The month of March. And when we talk about spiritual wellness, spiritual is about love. So what we're really talking about, how do we increase, enrich, fortify our experience of love within ourselves, right? Because we know, we know mentally, right? Our minds say, oh, infinite love is within. Well, that's a nice idea. The question is, how do we make it real? And when it's so interesting, we have this Spiritual Wellness Month, because what it's really about is, as human beings, we go through our lives to to discover for ourselves the unique individual ways in which we can activate, unleash, right? Experience all that love that's within us. And that is and we want to pair that up with the fact that we're here on the earth. Okay? Which means, I don't know, I used to think that being spiritual meant pushing life away. And after working in the records for all these decades, I've come to understand that being spiritual, being spiritually minded, is about finding the activities, the people, the places, the things in everyday life that somehow ignite within me that sense of love and not, love, happiness, fulfillment, enrichment, satisfaction, appreciation, enthusiasm, all the attributes of love, right? All these different expressions of love. And so that's what one of our goals is in this month, to discover that. I sent out, I'd written a blogini, right? A little blogini about spiritual wellness. And so for this week, I asked you to take a look and see, what activities make you happy, right? And to really look within the context of one day. We want to keep this as simple as possible, right? It's kind of wild out there. But like today, what can I do today that brings me some happiness? All right? So that was one, what really brings pleasure. Now, I come from a religious tradition that really glorified suffering, self-denial and suffering. So I was very good at that. I could give up all kinds of things, but ask me to be happy, and that made me nervous. I felt like God would be mad at me or something, right? So it's taken me a while. I mean, I hope it's not the same for you, but it's taken me a while to really come to understand that my individual human happiness and satisfaction are part of the puzzle when it comes to discovering my soul's purposes and living my destiny, right? And it's the same for all of us. So you want to keep in mind that your happiness, okay, and we're not talking about intoxication, we're not talking about craziness, but your real fulfillment as a person is very important on the spiritual journey. So you want to pay attention. What in my life brings me fulfillment, satisfaction? What do I enjoy, like deeply enjoy? I have my friend Valerie is here. She's the designated driver. You will never see her, but she does have pink headphones. But, we were just talking about, we have a shared love of ice skating, right? And just in the conversation, two of us are like smiling, like giggly, like, oh yes, and this ice skater. And we talked about some skaters we've seen over the years, Torville and Dean, and it just is just having the conversation. And now here's what's really funny. I'm telling you about a conversation that happened like maybe a half hour ago, and I'm happy again. I mean, that's how life is. And ice skating, it's ice skating, right? It's something, it's great. It's great. Okay, so we have Pam has joined us, and Monique, hi, from Alberta, and Emily. Hey, Emily, nice of you to come by. Anyway, so what makes you happy is important. The next thing is to imagine, like within one day, imagine you're on a treasure hunt. Just a one-day adventure. That's all you want to do. We want to do these things in short pieces of time, because especially as visionaries, you can have all these grand visions. I mean, I know I do, but the question is, how do I like to think of having a big funnel on my head. I don't want to just smash my hair, but I do want a big funnel on my head, and so that vision, right? Vision and inspiration can flow in at a manageable rate, right? We don't want to burn those rods and cones. Okay, so we want to imagine we're on a treasure hunt for one day, right? And on your one-day adventure, you want to be looking for, love and happiness, right? And how that is in your life, right? And make note of your findings. Now, I did this the other day. I did this on Sunday. And on Sunday, so I thought, okay, I'll play this game, right? Let's see what happens. And I was like, so where is love in my life today? So I went to the grocery store, okay, which I love grocery shopping. I actually love it. So there I am in the grocery store. I am so happy just to be there, and I'm shopping, and it's great. And I see a neighbor of mine, okay? I have to tell you, I'm having this conversation with my neighbor. I was so happy, right? She is a great person. And it was, we talked for maybe 15 minutes. It was just terrific. And I thought, isn't this funny? I did not expect to have those moments of connection and sharing and happiness in the Trader Joe's. I was not expecting that. But I knew, because I was thinking, I'm on a treasure hunt today. The law of the universe is that which you seek, you will find, right? So if you set it up, today I'm looking for love and happiness, you know what you're going to find. If I get up and say, today's the day I look for trouble, well, it's going to nab me before I get out of bed. Anyway, but we want to be looking for love and happiness. So the day unfolds, right? My son and his girlfriend came for dinner. I'm thrilled about this. I'm just thrilled. Okay, so they come over, but here's the thing. I cooked for them. I love to cook. I love to cook for people who want to eat. I like it when people are hungry. So I made all this food, and first of all, I was so happy cooking. I didn't even mind putting the dishes in the dishwasher. It's all part of this. I'm on the hunt. And I thought, this is great. So love and happiness for me today is found in the kitchen. And then the kids came. And then they ate. And, I'm just like happy that they're eating my food. And they're, I don't know, they're telling me about stuff. It's just so ordinary and wonderful. And, and then I got to read the newspaper for a little while. And I thought, God, I love reading the newspaper. I mean, so what happened was, it was an ordinary day with a series of very, I don't know, ordinary activities. And yet, by the end of the day, I felt so filled up with love. And I believe that going on the treasure hunt, right? Where can I seek, where is love and happiness in my life today? Will lead me. It makes it easier to recognize. It's always there, but we don't always recognize it. So, now listen, you know what I was thinking? So I want to invite you to do some of these. Okay, now let's see. Sandy's asking a question. What do we do when a part of our fiber passion makeup is missing and it makes you extremely unhappy? Sandy, what do you want to do, sweetheart? God, I don't want you. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Can you hear me? No one's answering me. Somebody must be, okay. If you can hear me, could you send me a little whatever? Send me a note, a thumbs up. Have it rain some love stars or something. I like those. Anyway. I don't know where the sound went. No, I think my sound is good. I don't know. All right. Sidewalk Chuck. Okay, Deanna Johnson. All right, Deanna, you've got, okay, great. So Deanna's on the beat. Okay, thank you. People can hear. Deanna is getting it, right? Listen, the most ordinary activities of life are the ones that, like, I think of it as like pulling the trigger, right, on all that infinite love within. Now, I know Sandy asked about, what is it? When there's something we want, we desperately want to do it, but it's far away from our experience right now. I wonder, and I know what I do and what I need to do is I take little pieces of it. Is there one little sliver of my dream that I can approach today? Okay. And that is really helpful. It's a funny thing. It reminds me of debt, right? Have you ever had any debt? Debt is very unpleasant. That's my opinion about debt. I don't like it. Okay, unpleasant. But here's the thing. So if I have a mountain of debt, I think to myself, oh my God, I want to get a bushel basket of money and pay all the debt. But it rarely happens that way. Okay, so I can sit around waiting for the bushel basket, waiting for the money to start coming in the mail slot, or I can go into my life and see if I could generate a little money, if I could go maybe get a job or take on some extra side work or do anything. What can I do with what I have to generate a little extra money? And let's say I have an extra $50. I can put that toward the debt. What starts to happen, even though in my mind, oh my God, I have a mountain of it and I have a thimble full of money. The fact of the matter is, every thimble of money that I put toward the debt, I start moving down the trajectory of freedom, of financial freedom. Do you see? So if there's something I want, whether it's a certain kind of relationship, I might look in my life today and say, oh my God, I want to be with the love of my life or whatever. And it might seem impossible, but what I can do is spend some time with a friend that I really enjoy. Now listen, I know it's not the same, but what we want to do is move in the direction, right? And also, if I, to imagine, that we're already there, right? If I had it, if the book was already done, if it was already written, if the song was already recorded, what would I do? How would I feel? We begin to conduct ourselves in that way, but do it within small frames of time so it's more real and it gets pinned in. It's almost like taking a push pin and attaching it to like or your life. So the other thing is, anything you really want to do, okay, hi guys, anything you want to do, you will find a way to do it. Okay, Jackie's with us. Jack, how's it going? Okay, sports. Okay, so voice going in and out. Jean, I'm so sorry. Jean Kish-Donovan, thank you for letting me know. I'm sorry about that. So I don't know what the situation is, Sandy, but the thing is, if you know that physical activity is important to you, but for some reason at this point in time you have some limitations in that area. This is interesting because it brings to the surface a very important question. The question is, how do I love myself even though I am unable to perform the way I used to do? Right? How do I extend kindness and respect to myself even though I don't meet standards? Right? And it's interesting because this is actually the core message of the healing class that I'll be doing in April. The core work of healing through the Akashic Records is about mastering. Okay, first we start a little practice, but we move into mastery of the spiritual practice of unconditional self-love. And it sounds like, when we disappoint, when we lose of our capabilities, the challenge really is, how do I love myself even though, so I would like to occur around that. And listen, especially if you are used to excellence in a particular area of life, this is a real challenge, right? If you've been like an Olympian or award-winning athlete, and right now you're using a walker, that's tough. This is tough stuff, but it's not a punishment. It's not an indictment. It's a spiritual opportunity. Learn how to love ourselves, even though we are not meeting our own internal human standards, and that is that's a big deal. So I hope that this sounds actually, I'm very sorry. I don't know what to say. I really, because I don't know how to, you can understand the message. Do you know, guys, I don't know what to say. I am deeply sorry because everything then is really the same. So, these things happen. These things happen. It is a shame. Now, listen, I thought, and let's try it. Let's take a minute. I want to do a brief, this is fitness exercise, right? Okay. So, why don't we just take a couple minutes and do this? And I sound works, I hope it works. And I hope the connection between you and I is not interrupted because the technology is imperfect. Okay, I really. Oh, there we have it. I think this is, now I'm getting all this terrible stuff. Okay, so I'm going to reel myself back off that ledge about all the terrible things I say about technology. And actually, I'm grateful we can be together, even though it's not perfect. So let's commit here and close your eyes and open your awareness. Okay. Just check with yourself to see how are you doing today. How are you today? You don't need any supernatural insights. Ordinary human awareness is good. How are you today? Most of us are a combination of positives, negatives, and some gray areas. Might be mostly good, but your back hurts, right? Or something like that. Just notice how you are. Wonderful. We're going to move in a little deeper. And now, if you would, consider your body, your physical well-being, and just take a look, right? Or get a sense of how your body is today. How are you today? How's your body? You may be very robust, some stray aches and pains, tightness, neck and shoulders, something like that. You might be very down. Most of us, as we make our way in our journey, are a combination. Good. And in this quiet place, ask yourself, there is some action you can take today that would improve your physical well-being. Nice. Something simple. Something accessible. Something that you'll actually do. Nice. Now let that go. And let's direct our attention to our emotions. Human feelings. Great. You may feel pretty happy with some sadness about one or two matters. Maybe concern, worry about another. Most of us, right, have a full range of human feelings. Just notice what yours are today. All feelings are good. They all have a purpose And they are there to really help us. Just notice what your feelings are. And if there's a way for you to improve your emotional well-being today, some small action you could take to bring yourself greater peace, security, appreciation. Good. Now let that go. And at this time, let's turn our attention to our thoughts, right? The mental body. Consider the quality of your thoughts today. Nice. You may be thinking thoughts that are very encouraging and uplifting and helpful. It's also possible you've peppered in a few thoughts that are downright frightening. Notice the quality of your thoughts and the consequences, the results they produce. As human beings, one of the great privileges we have is the ability to select our thoughts. And so, check with your inner self to see if there is an idea or a pattern of ideas that would be really helpful to you today. Nice. Now let this all go. Take a moment now to open your awareness just a little bit more. Perhaps you can detect a message or a sentiment, a feeling that will be helpful to you, empowering to you as you face the rest of today. Terrific. So for now, we leave this be. Turning your attention to the room and together we proceed. Thank you. Thank you. That was good. Appreciate it. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, I'm wondering, I know our modern human internet. Yeah. Okay, Emily, I hope to see you in class soon. Kesha. Am I saying your name right? Hi, Kesha. Nice to see you. Okay. So thank you for being here. I'm glad we got to do a bit of a little centering practice. Okay, so for Spiritual Wellness Month, let's see if we can use our spiritual fitness exercise. But I'm serious. You know I'm serious. You want to use that to help yourself keep tuning up, right? We are living, breathing creatures. We are always engaging in life. Life is always interacting with us, which is all good. But what that means is that it's okay to pay attention to yourself and to be in the process of always tuning up, right? So go ahead and give yourself up as you need it. I think this is all for now. If anybody has any more questions, you have questions? I love questions. So you have I'll be answer, but I don't see anything coming in. No. Okay, terrific. So listen, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. It's wonderful to see you. I look forward to more time together in the future. So next week we'll do this again. And I hope to find out again with our friends at Facebook, right? And we'll see what's going on with that and want that fixed. Okay, so I appreciate, you know, I appreciate your company. Being on the spiritual path is certainly, you know, it's great, right? But what makes it great, absolutely off the charts, amazing, is sharing it with people. And it is one of the great joys of my life to be able to share the journey with you. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your consciousness. Thank you for your partnership. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.